So today I want to talk about, are you asking the right questions? This is relevant to all facets in life, and it's really, really important. So keep on watching, keep on listening, hope you find it useful. Welcome back to consecutive day 1730 of a diary of a runpreneur. And today's topic is all about, are we asking the right questions? And this is very, very relevant to all facets of life. So do keep on watching and keep on listening. But before we go get cracking, don't forget this is part of a fundraiser of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days of a distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style. And more people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. So back to the topic at hand. Are we asking the right questions? So this is all based on a book I'm listening to at the moment called The Road Less Stupid. It's by an author called Keith Cunningham. One of my favourite ever books was a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And rumour has it that that Keith Cunningham was the rich dad in this book. So really interesting book. And it's all about paying the least amount of dumb tax. And what he means by this is about making stupid decisions that could have been usually quite costly. Dumb tax is the cost of something that could have been avoided. And ultimately it comes down to taking thinking time, which is, time where we don't make knee-jerk emotional based decisions, which can ultimately cost us a dumb tax at some point in the future. And the way we reduce the potential of paying a dumb tax is to ask the right questions, not focus on what we're trying to achieve and just go for it. It's about being super specific, super laser focused, asking the right questions to enable us to have the right answers so that we can reduce the impact of potentially paying a hefty dumb tax in the future. It's a really interesting concept, and what I've kind of done to kind of make my life a lot easier, because the book's long, it's about 10 hours long or something, that I'm only kind of probably a quarter of the way through it. Really enjoying the book, but he asks so many questions. But he talks about 4 different hats that you wear. It's predominantly a business book, but it does apply to all facets of life. And in business, he says you wear 4 different hats, or the people wear 4 different hats. You've got the creator or the artist who kind of creates the idea, the concept, the strategy, kind of thinks it up. Then you've then got the operative or the technician, who's the person who actually does the work. Now, a lot of this can now be kind of taken over with automation and AI, but it's the process of doing. You've then got the kind of founder or the kind of CEO, who's the one who's kind of putting the plan into place, building the blueprint, strategizing, building the machine and the strategy to get the objective accomplished. And you've then got the investor or the board of directors, who are the ones who are going to de-risk whatever you're doing to make sure that the chances of making a loss are heavily reduced. And every one of these hats has a different kind of thought process that you go through, in a different set of questions. And what he's saying is you usually need to have at least a 45-minute thinking session where you're just going through the questions that each of these hats would ask, to completely be incredibly specific about what you're trying to achieve, and are you asking the right questions on how to achieve it. And I'm not going to kind of go into the kind of minutiae of the questions, because there's so many he asks throughout the book. When I finish the book, I'm going to kind of spend a bit more time kind of digesting it and applying it to everything I do in life. But in a short kind of hacked way of implementing it now, I've created a custom GPT to act as Keith Cunningham in the book, The Road Less Stupid. And whenever I have something that I need to discuss, I ask my chat GPT, custom Keith Cunningham, to ask me the appropriate questions regarding of whatever I'm doing. This is just a perfect example of how AI can be so effective. So when I come to do my thinking time, I kind of reduce the time it takes to do it by asking AI to act as Keith Cunningham, to ask me the questions that I can then answer accordingly, and then we'll come with a conclusion together at the end on what the best course of outcome would be. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to be watertight, there's going to be mistakes made, there's going to be dumb tax still paid in the future, but I'm fairly sure it's going to minimise or reduce the potential mistakes that I would have made without it. So the learnings from my diary today are simple. The Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham, amazing book. It's about reducing future errors, future financial errors that are going to cost you money in the future. It is specifically a business-based book, however, it's very applicable to all facets of life. So have a read if you've made a lot of costly mistakes in your life, and I'm pretty sure that this process will help reduce the likelihood of making them again in the future. So it's about understanding the different type of emotions, the different hats that you wear when you make decisions, whether you're creative and artistic in terms of coming up with ideas, whether you're an operative or a technician actually doing stuff, getting stuff done, whether you're a founder or CEO where you're building the machine or the plan to execute whatever you're trying to achieve, or whether you're the investor or the board of directors who are going to de-risk and reduce the likelihood of stuff going wrong. They're the kind of different hats you need to wear, and the different questions you need to ask come from those different hats, whatever you're doing. And it's about going really, really, really deep, being really, really specific. A little hack I created was creating a custom GPT to act as Keith Cunningham, as the author of the book The Road Less Stupid. And it, when you have anything, decisions you need to make, you put it into this GPT and it will ask me the appropriate questions to allow me to go deep, 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 deep in my responses, so we can come up with a conclusion to hopefully reduce the dumb tax I pay in the future. So I hope that's useful. Any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Please do remember though, this is part of a fundraiser of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive day distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.